Good day. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we joined the human race. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you were here, you'll know that we acknowledge that together. Every one of us knows what it is to be both human and to be enslaved. They go hand in hand. And that enslavement or addiction may be to a mood-altering substance. This is actually where most people begin and end when it comes to assigning the label addiction, as addiction to a substance. But we also included, because they're every bit as addictive, all the self-defeating behaviors that we get caught up in. These are virtually universal to the human condition. And then we added to that problematic attitudes that we can't seem to let go of. And these certainly include you and me and everyone else. So there we have it. We're all addicted one way or another. This is actually why I prefer the term addiction rather than the current technical term that's used by American medical and psychological professionals. They refer to as addiction as substance use disorder, when specifically addiction to substance. And I get what they're talking about, that scientific description. I prefer the term addiction, actually, even though it's kind of gone out of favor in some ways, because addiction, understood the way we're talking about it, doesn't marginalize us or scapegoat us or blame us or point fingers at us. It acknowledges something that we all know, the interior experience of being enslaved. So think about it again. Addiction equals enslavement. The specific form that enslavement takes may be important in terms of treatment, for sure. But that form itself doesn't matter when we stop and look under the hood, so to speak, to recognize addiction, any addiction, every addiction, for just exactly what they are, which is enslavement. Let me ask you a question. What does any slave want most of all? If you guessed freedom, you're right. And it's that freedom that we're really focused on 24/7 here at the Vitality Project. It's that freedom from enslavement. When I talk about vitality, we could just as well call it the Freedom Project. So for today, what I want you to do is imagine what your life would be like if you were in fact free. Set aside a moment or two to imagine being free from being enslaved, whether to a substance or some other behavior or even a problematic attitude. Imagine this. Imagine what it would be like to be free to be your very, very best self, the self you were born to be. That's really where we're headed here. And I'm glad to have you along for this journey as we explore recovery, or as one client clarified for me, discovery of how we can get back to freedom. Freedom from enslavement, freedom to be who we are in truth. Thanks for joining me today here at the Vitality Project. I appreciate you coming along. Please stay safe, be well, and come back and join me again soon, okay?